Hello, Team GG. So I've had a lot of you ask about my current Grau setup, and I figured I'll make a video and walk it all over for you. So, first off, we're just going to run over the attachments. Muzzle, monolithic suppressor, barrel. We run the Archangel. We have a lot of people though that like to run this Nexus, and this is definitely a good barrel too. I prefer the Archangel due to the iron sights, and I just feel like this is an absolute laser with this barrel. It's outrageous. You can challenge snipers. You just aim at their glint, hold the trigger, and you're pegging them. Next, Underbarrel. We run the Commando foregrip. I just feel it is best in class for what we need as far as a medium to long range rifle that hits all of its shots. It just gives you the best stats. Run the 50 round mag. I opt for the 50 over the 60 as I feel it just gives you a little bit more mobility, where if we were to run the 60, the gun just kind of feels a little bit sluggish to me, but you know, play with it. Rear grip, run the Cronin Sniper Elite. Again, I just feel it's the best for what we are trying to achieve with this rifle. The Void is also really good, but this is more of a mobility gun. I see a lot of guys run the Void while running a Nexus barrel, so they'll do something like this. And that works too, but again, with the way this class is set up, you'll see why I like to keep a medium to long range rifle that is accurate, because we have started running a MP5 as a secondary gun, and we're going to go over the attachments on that real quick. Obviously the monolithic suppressor, and this on both guns is extremely important. This keeps you off the radar when you're engaging teams and, you know, fighting back. This will keep people from third partying you, honestly, which is a lot of people's issues in this game, is getting third partied by a team when you're fighting and then you die, and it gets chaotic. Underbarrel, I go for the Commando foregrip. Again, I just feel it's best in class. Merc foregrip is also really good. If you gotta, you know, assess your gameplay. Do you do a lot of hip fires or do you do straight ADS? I'm typically more of a go straight to ADS while I'm shooting guy. So Commando foregrip, it's just the best. 45 round mags, you need that extra ammo capacity to finish people off, and I've done a lot of testing between, you know, the 10 mil and the 45, or just the standard 9 mil, but there really does not seem to be that big of a difference. I don't know if it was that recent 10 mil nerf, but that 15 extra bullets in this is worth more to me than the 10 millimeter extra damage, and that is why I opt for the 45 round mags. Rear grip, stippled. I just feel it's the best grip for the MP5. It gets you ridiculous ADS speed, ridiculous reaction time. You can sprint and just straight fire. It's incredible. Sleight of hand, because I like to reload and I constantly feel like I'm getting in battles with multiple teams, and that extra reload time has saved me quite a bit because I can go from being behind cover to engaging again much quicker than the opponent. You can swap this out for an optic if you like something like, you know, a mini or something, whatever you like, or even a stock. I like the FTAC collapsible. I've definitely played with that before with sleight of hand, but as of right now, this is what I'm running, and today is April 25th, 20. So we're gonna go over the perks real quick. EOD, obviously, because the new meta right now is just all RPGs and C4s, and I really feel like I need something to reduce that damage. And I even feel like this still needs a tiny buff, but, you know, who am I? We've also run cold-blooded before, but I just feel like it's not worth it. Thermal's kind of died out, and you don't see as many people running them, so it's just not worth it to me. EOD is I feel is the king perk one. Obviously overkill because we have two guns. This is needed, but there's a con with this. Because of running overkill, we can't get our ghost. So upon enemy UAVs, you know, we're seen, and that's a big issue. Being seen in this game is a big issue. So we have a fix to that, and I will go over that shortly. Perk 3, we run amped. That extra time saved from pulling between your guns makes it that much more possible to switch in the middle of a fight, because I found before without amped I'd almost not want to switch my guns in the middle of a fight because it takes so long to put your gun down and then pick it back up and start shooting again. But with amped, God, it feels like it's only, you know, half a second. It's crazy. I've ran tune-up before. Tune-up's great. Tune-up was good in the beginning before we, you know, when we were getting down constantly, because this is a big lifesaver. This combined with a smoke or something is, you know, you can get your teams up very quick. But again, we're kind of going for these high frag kill games, and we like amped a lot right now. Lethal, C4. I opt for the C4 now because on this class, obviously we do not have an RPG, and having to stay with the current meta, I'm running C4. You know, this is the best way to stop a enemy pushing with a vehicle. You know, how many times you get run over in the game, and it's so frustrating. This little guy has saved me tons of time. It's also great for pushing the buildings, or when people are hiding up in second-story floors. Throw a C4 through the window, use it, break shields, team pushes in, you know, team wipes. It's easy. Tactical, smoke grenade. This gets swapped a lot with heartbeat sensor, depending on what my team is on. Typically, our rule is at least one with heartbeat, at least one with smoke, and then the third gets to opt out, or, you know, go between the two, or sometimes stim, but that's not really a thing anymore. So next I'm going to talk about the ghost class, or how to fix not having ghost with this class rather. So what you do is you have your one class set up. This is our first class, and then you have the second class set up, and you know what, we're gonna rename this one to Ghost. That way we do not get confused in the middle of the game, which would be irritating. So I'm gonna just change this, and then I'm gonna go over building this Grau with you real quick. So I'm just gonna use the shadow sight because I think it looks cool, no particular reason. Take off all these attachments and then start over. We're gonna go with the monolithic, Archangel, that's on, Commando foregrip, 50 round mag, and the Cronin Sniper Elite. And then secondary, I highly suggest you use an RPG or even the Joker. I've recently started using the Joker, and I found it's gotten me a ton of hilarious kills, and I love this thing a lot. It's a lot of fun. So between the two, or you can run a handgun. I don't condone this, but many people are running Snake Shot akimbo, which is just currently broken. So, you know, you could do that. But these two, king, especially team battles. And then obviously, perks, we have EOD, Ghost over our Overkill, and then Amp. This Amp is extremely important if you're going to run launchers. You can reload those things so fast, especially in RPG, man. You are rocking shots at them. It's almost comical when, especially when multiple people have RPGs on your teams. C4, and then again smoke grenade or heartbeat sensor. So what we do with this class is start with your Grau. Start with your Grau MP5 class. So the first loadout that we get, we'll grab this, and then if you get the ability to find a second loadout, what you do is you go and grab the Ghost class. And then when you do this, you have the option of either keeping your launcher or snake shots or whatever you decide as a secondary, or exchanging this for the MP5 that you just dropped when picking up this loadout. And then in doing so, you would have both your main weapons while having Ghost, so you will never be seen, which is extremely important in Warzone. Extremely important. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed. If that was informative and you liked the video, please drop a like or a comment or a share. Thank you.